Hey everybody and welcome back. So in today's video I show you my go-to everyday full glam makeup look. That was a mouthful. So this is the look that I show you how I create, and this type of look I usually wear if I go out for lunch or something like that. If I'm actually going to an event, I take it up a step further. If you would like to see how I achieve this look, and if you would like to do it yourself, please keep on watching. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss an upload. And as always, don't forget to check out my Instagram page. We are almost at 1500. And without further ado, let's just get into the video. Okay, so for my full glam makeup, like my everyday full glam, I go full glam. So the first thing I always start off with are my eyebrows. Now this full glam look takes me probably about 45 minutes to an hour. It honestly depends on what I do with my eyes, but I'm just going to show you my go-to kind of full glam. Honestly, it changes so often. I'm just going to show you like my basic full glam. Yeah. So I start off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade. This is what it looks like. Now I absolutely love the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade because it is so creamy and it is easy to work with. I find it easier than others. You can get a super natural look if you want. You can get a bold look if you want. But I kind of go more bold on my glam. So with the pomade, what you always want to do is just go backwards and forwards and warm the product up. And then once you do that, I start on my top arch and I just line that and curve it around. I push very lightly when I'm at the front, as I don't want much product there. And then next I just make a line along the bottom. Now I do this very lightly as well, and once I've got that line I just brush up and just follow my natural arch. And then whatever's left over I just gently run through the front. Like I'm pushing very light. As you can see, I've got a little boo-boo there, but don't mind that. This is why we do it first. And then I just brush through the hairs. Okay, so the next part I do are the eyes, and I use the P. Louise base. I absolutely love this base. It's the only one I use. If you haven't seen, I've done a video where I tested out the P. Louise against the MAC paint pot, which I'll leave linked up here for you somewhere. And yeah, so what we do is on the back of my hand I just twist the brush like this to get a very thin tip, and this is where we carve out the brow. So any of the mistakes that got made along the way, you just wipe it away. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. And just any leftover product, I just brush through the fronts. I hate those blocked brows, like those box brows. They drive me so mad, and when that happens to me, I freaking hate it. Now we are looking crazy at the moment, but trust the process. And then I just grab a clean brush, kind of dense but kind of fluffy at the same time, and I just tap on top to help blend the product into the skin. So when you go in with the foundation and concealer, you don't have trouble blending it together. And also to tap off the excess product as well. So the brows are done for now. We do come back later. But now we move on to the eyeshadow. So with the eyeshadow, I do cut creases. I love cut creases, but a lot of the time I'll just do like really easy, simple ones. So for this, I'm going to use the Be Perfect XL palette with Stacey Marie, and we're going to go in with the shade called Hall, and we're going to place this on our lid, and we're going to do it in a circular motion. In a circular motion, sorry, I meant in a circle shape. So literally just packing this over and using circular motions. You do want to blend those edges out a little, but it doesn't have to be neat. Next, going in with another fluffier brush, we're going to take the shade called Basic, and we are blending out this brown shade with that lighter shade, just using light motions. Now when you're doing this, you want to make it so that you can see when your eye is open, because we're going to be cutting the crease. So once you have that shape all done and those two colors on, grab a clean, it's very important, a clean fluffy brush, and just buff out the top of that second color. So once you're at this step, you can do one of two things. You can do a normal cut crease, or you can do a halo look. I'm generally the person that just does a cut crease, so we're going to do just that. So I just grab more P. Louise, and just like the very first step when we were carving out the eyebrow, that's exactly what you want to do. I've done a tutorial on how to do cut creases where I give several tips. I'll leave that linked up here for you if you're not too sure, but basically we're just going to go for it. Now I admit I absolutely hate how big my eyes are for this reason, because I got to bring it so high up. Now with this, you can do a few different things. You can add a color there if you like. You can add glitter. You can, I don't know, you can do whatever the hell you want. I sometimes leave it matte like this. And I just grab a setting powder, and I literally just set this bad boy in place. So now we basically want to darken up this outer corner. So grabbing Intuition, we are going to place this just on the outer V. You want most of the product down the bottom, and then just the remainder up the top. And then grabbing that clean fluffy brush we had at the start, you just want to buff this in. And then I always just go back in with the lighter brown that we used, and I use that as a transition in, like if I leave it nude, just leave that as a transition into the color. A lot of the time, if you do want it deeper than this, you can add a brown and a black, and it just makes it that bit darker if you don't want to go like fully black. And then just do the same thing as well as you would do, and just buff that in. With this color, you don't want to blend it outwards. You want to literally keep your brush in the same spot. I just use like still circular motions, just little ones, and a lot of dabbing. And then this is optional, but if you like, you can use like add a little inner corner highlights, which I've just used Pink Me and Fair Play mixed together, and it's so stunning. So that there is a very basic cut crease. You're probably like, wow. So I'm just going to go quickly do the other eye off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so that's the eyes all done. Next, I'm just going to quickly moisturize the rest of my skin. because it is full glam, you do want to make sure your skin's going to be hydrated. And don't forget the neck. And then next I just use the Fenty Hydrating Primer. Kind of forgot what I was talking about then. And then I just do the same thing. Now, even though I'm doing full glam, if I were like out to lunch and stuff, I don't always like a full coverage foundation. My favorite I tend to go to is the NARS Sheer Glow. It is such a nice finish and it lasts so long. Before I start, I always, with this same concealer brush, I just take that around my brows. And then just grab a damp beauty blender and just go about it and start. Now I always dodge I always leave my under eye area alone, and that is because the less product under there the better. And don't forget your neck. Now for the concealer, I absolutely love the Too Faced Born This Way sculpting cream. You can use this as a contour, a highlight, a concealer. It's so good. So I love to be generous with this one, and I just pop this under my under eyes and my nose, and then I just do a little bit on the forehead and just my chin, and a little bit on the cupid's bow. Now the longer that you leave concealer, the better it is at staying in place and doesn't slip and slide. So I always do my chin first and my forehead and nose, so I just go basically straight up and I leave my eyes to last. And just be careful around your eyeshadow. I tend to like go back through with one of the brushes anyway and buff it out. So I use the Huda translucent powder in Sugar Cookie. I use this on where I put the concealer, and then I use the Laura Mercier on the rest of the face. So now I go in with a smaller brush and I take the lighter shade Basic and sweep this under the eye. And also while you're there, where we put the foundation and concealer, just buff your circle out again. Now I don't really contour much. I mainly just use a bronzer, so I'm going to use the MAC matte bronzer, and I just grab a big fluffy brush and basically just go for it. Now you basically want to line the top of your ear to your lip, and you don't want to go past the middle of your eye. If I was like going full for it, like full glam to a party or I don't know, like a 21st or something like that, that's when I would go all out and, you know, contour, bronze, do the whole schmoz. I would do a more fancier cut crease. But just for an everyday glam, this is what I do, and this is like my favorite. This is literally my go-to. Now with my nose, I don't contour my nose. I just grab a bit of bronzing powder and I literally just go down the sides and then a little bit on the end. Okay, so next we have the blush, and I just use the Dandelion blush from Benefit. I always do heaps of blush because this is the first product that's going to leave your skin. It honestly, it just comes off so easy. I don't know why, but so don't be shy.
Put some more. Come on, put some more. Don't be shy, put some more.
Now my go-to highlighter lately has been this Tarte Stunner. It's just a very like rose gold. And then I just grab a fluffy brush and just like that. Now with highlighter, if you have any like bumps or pimples or anything, you don't want to put it on top because it's going to emphasize it. I have a little bit of trouble because I've got bumps everywhere. Like, doesn't matter where I go on my face, there's a bump. So I just don't tend to put as much on. So usually I always wear lashes. It's a given. But I just wear like everyday natural ones. I use the Ardell Naked Lashes. So I'm going to put them on in a moment. I don't really use many lip products, but if I do, I usually just grab a Morphe lip paint. This is in Schoolgirl. And sometimes a gloss, most of the time not. Most of the time I don't even wear lipstick. So I'm just going to go pop the lashes on and I'll be back. And that is all I do. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and watching me show you guys my everyday full glam look. Obviously, I don't wear this every day. I have done a more natural look that I do every day. If you want to see that, I'll leave it linked above. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss the next upload. Comment down below other looks that you'd like me to do for you guys and show you how to achieve it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!